Namaste. Hello and a warm welcome. Welcome to Akankssha's YouTube channel Multidimensional Soul and this audiobooks and talk series dedicated to Akankssha's son and spirit guide Arnav. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, do subscribe, like and share this knowledge and wisdom. Do share your experiences in the comments. What resonates with you the most? What insights do you receive from these teachings? Let's keep this energy of knowledge and wisdom flowing as the energy loves to move, and this is an energy exchange. The Eternal Romance by Paramahansa Yogananda. Whenever I pray, I find God with me. Sometimes He tells me things that are astonishing. All the complexities of existence are gone. In the simplicity of just pure knowing, I find His presence. Thoughts are rivers flowing from the reservoir of spirit. To connect your life with spirit is the most important duty. God listens to the language of your heart, language that comes from the very depths of your being. People think God doesn't respond to their prayers because they don't understand that God sometimes answers differently from what they expect or ask for. He will not always answer according to their wishes until they have fulfilled His desire for their perfection. Once I was riding in a car and God showed me the future, when all the present occupants of the houses we were passing were gone. They had been so certain of this life. God said, "I didn't create this world just for people to indulge in human emotions. I created temptations to see if my children would instead be tempted to seek me, their Creator." That experience was so satisfying. I saw that all the responsibility belongs to God. He knows that He got us into this trouble. We think God is invisible. When we see a watch, we know it was made by someone, somewhere. Now the little watch of this universe, with sun, moon, stars, the earth, and so on, how was it made, and by whom? You just chew your food, but some intelligence in the body converts it into all the elements the body needs. Who gave you air to breathe, and who created the relationship between air, life, and body? God. How can you doubt Him? He is present behind everything. Him whom I looked for in the clouds and everywhere, I find in every motion of my body and enthroned on the stillness of my mind. Whenever I want to know something, God talks to me. He guides me or tells me what to say. Or people tell me things, and I suddenly realize it is He who is talking to me through them. When I conducted the service last Sunday, as soon as I prayed, He came as a great light before me. They said I gave one of my best lectures that day. Then came the afternoon class, and finally the evening lecture. Everyone thought I would be tired and would leave then, but we sat down and meditated until 1 a.m. I was as fresh and wide awake as if I had just had a good sleep. For about 15 days now I have had very little sleep. His light sustains me. God stands at the door of your consciousness. These are some of the experiences I am having. They are real, and they begin to multiply when you know God is with you. He will not give such experiences just to attract you, but only when you convince Him that you refuse anything less than proof of His presence. It isn't that He is partial to me. He would do wonderful things for you if you would only love Him. He loves all. He stands at the door of your consciousness, but you will not let Him in. I am seeing increasingly that He is seeking us far more than we are seeking Him. He is not indifferent to us, we are indifferent to Him. So you must seek Him sincerely with great intensity of mind. You may think He is not answering you, and that is when most people become discouraged and stop. But it is He who has kept you going that far, and you must not give up. When doubt comes, say, "Well, how am I moving my hands? How is my digestion working? How does my breath ebb and flow?" He must be there. He is there. Since you are so dependent upon that power, why not turn to that power? When you are persistent every day in showing that you love Him above all things, then whenever you wish anything, it will happen. God yearns for our love. I asked God why He made this creation. Was it necessary for you? He answered, "No, but I had no one to share my joy." And so, He became the Creator, but with one condition: he would impose on himself the same yearning and seeking that he imposes on his creatures. Everyone is seeking something for the happiness he hopes it will give. But people don't find true happiness because every avenue of material gain ends in a blind alley. You want a thing only until you have it. When you get it, the pleasure diminishes until the joy is gone. Most people think there is nothing more to life than to be born, to marry, to produce children, to make money, to grasp at elusive pleasures, and to die. But that is not so. God says, I have imposed the same difficulty on myself as on my children. As they are not finding fulfillment, so have I not found what I want. And what is God longing for? Our love. Our attention. He has made it very difficult for himself, because he gave man free will to seek him or reject him. He says, I am pursuing every heart, waiting for my children to spurn my creation and turn toward me. What a grand thought, to realize that he has imposed on himself the same exile that he has imposed on us, that God is seeking something too, our love. When we talk of God, many people think of a venerable being sitting on a throne in the remoteness of heaven. They reason, how can I feel love for this unknown God? Let us eat, drink, and be merry now. But behind every rosebush of pleasure is a rattlesnake of unhappiness. There is no permanent pleasure in the world. Your body may be beautiful, but suddenly disease comes, and nothing can heal it. You may be very wealthy, but then the stock market crashes and you lose everything. Why should we suffer these disappointments? Well, God is similarly disappointed, because he wants us, and we have denied him our love. So, he is suffering too, because he has caused this separation. And unless we choose to go to him willingly, he cannot free us or himself from suffering. The desire behind all desires. For a little while you can be happy with worldly things, but inside there is a void. Everything bores you in time. I realized that even in my childhood. I envisioned myself in every kind of situation. And when I could not picture an experience for myself, I looked at someone else who lived that life which I thought seemed nice, and I saw unhappiness and discontent. That is why I didn't get caught in any of those traps. I saw that somebody is using our hearts to enjoy things and to love others. But then he takes away that object of our love, as in death, or suddenly the love grows stale and is gone. Where is that love? It is God playing hide and seek with us. It is he whom we should seek. I don't bow to a God we have to fear. I say, thou art nearest of the near, dearest of the dear, closer than the closest. I tell him anything that is on my mind, and he answers me. Who else could love like that? He was always behind me, knocking at the gates of my life, waiting to get in. I found that no matter what I had sought in this world, through incarnations, it was he whom I really sought. Every time I satisfied a desire, there was no joy in it anymore. Ah, fondest, blindest, weakest, I am he whom thou seekest. I means that joy eternal, God. In the desire for money, sex, human love, people are really seeking but one thing, happiness, and that is God. I remain drunk with that happiness day and night. It is not an abstract state of mind, that happiness can talk to you. It is just behind the ether out of which all creation sprang. That happiness is God, and it is folly to seek or limit your love to anything else. I could never give my love completely, even to my mother, whom I loved so dearly, because I knew that behind her was someone who loved me through her. Ignorance means not using the power God gave you. One of the illusions of life is to continue to live helplessly. As soon as you say, it's no use, it becomes so. The ghost of ignorance is right within you. Ignorance means not using the power God gave you. Why are you saying and doing the same harmful things over and over every day? To think you cannot change at will is delusion. You must be able to change, to expel harmful habits immediately when you choose to do so. Most people always behave in a predictable, characteristic way because they have become habit-bound. But if a person inwardly changes his habit patterns, others notice and say, he is a different person, even though outwardly his appearance has not changed. Don't remain the same day after day. Look within and see if you are still bound by the same old habits that people have recognized year after year. If you are, take the sword of wisdom and cut out those habits. Then use your God-given discrimination to remake your life into a worthier image. I made some resolutions for this new year, about little things I had neglected, and about removing from this mansion of my life unnecessary luxuries that fill up precious gaps of time. I did not tell anyone about them. The hardest tests came in the first 8 days after I made the resolutions. Everything seemed contrived to make me break them. But, on January 1st, with God's help, I had firmly removed all contrary inclinations from my mind, so nothing could bend my will. You are your own greatest enemy when you say, "It can't be done." You will be surprised at how much freedom God has given you to change your life. Don't wait until the body is riddled with disease, until it can make the mind weak, for then the fight is harder. You are not flesh and blood. You are the light in this body. Immortality is caged in this little form and it wants to get out. Recently 2 disciples were standing beside me, and suddenly I saw them as in an X-ray, flesh and bones and organs, everything, and a great light was coming from them. When God is with you, all matter changes into electric shadows. Everything becomes ethereal. These experiences are not figments of imagination. They are manifestations of truth. God is the most lovable being. Never think that God does not answer your prayers. Every word you have whispered to Him He has written in His heart, and someday He will answer you. If you keep watching for Him and the many ways in which He does respond, you will know that in fact He answers you all the time. If you are very eager, He will answer in greater ways. Only by persistence can He be persuaded to come. God is the most lovable being in the universe. Everything that you want is in Him. To seek anything else is a great mistake. I am not wasting a minute of my time. I have cut out everything that diverts me from Him. Such happiness I could never find anywhere else. I am living in that state of God consciousness, and where I am, I want you to come. I want to reciprocate the love of those whose love I have received by taking them with me into the love of my Father. Once, when I was very young, my family tried to persuade me to marry. I saw the prospective bride, and I thought she had the most beautiful face I had ever seen. I heard God say, "Why don't you marry?" But I said to Him, "Are you not more wonderful? I do not want that face, I want you who are behind that face." Years later, I saw how her beauty had faded with age, but my joy in God had increased 1,000-fold. Marriage is for those who do not feel inwardly the renunciant's conviction that God alone is sufficient. But those who are married are not barred from finding God. The purpose of the divine friendship of marriage is to help each other toward that end. In fact, no marriage can be completely successful without God's love. It takes unconditional love to make the marital relationship harmonious. What a Hades husbands and wives make of their lives without that love, and without trust in each other. Couples and even the closest relationships are very secretive and keep things to themselves. In the beginning they share everything, but when they start to have differences and quarrels, they withdraw and put up a wall around themselves. Where has their love gone? 2 young people say they will die if they cannot be together. But if suddenly one of them became old and gray, where would that love be? What is it that they love, the soul? No, it is the face. The point is, your first goal must be to know God. When you have found Him, when your heart is in tune with Him, then whatever He tells you to do is all right. But if you entangle yourself without first finding God, you have chosen the path of error. You are alone on this earth and nobody will pay for your mistakes but yourself. So why should you follow the mistakes of others? You must live your life as you know you should live it. Don't keep feeding your bad habits with fresh actions that strengthen them. The weak man says, "I smoke, and now I can't quit." Well, before he smoked he never felt the need. Be free. When God's boundless joy and soothing light come, nothing else matters. Then outer experiences also will testify that what you see inside is true. There is more to life than appears outwardly. It is a great delusion to think there is no more to life than appears outwardly. Your real life is with God, and to go back to Him is the reason we are here. He took the trouble to create this world to entertain us, and He wants us to see it as His play. All things betray thee, who betrayest me. To go after worldly pleasure and forget God is to set a course to unhappiness. Evil promises happiness and gives sorrow. Would you pick a flower if you knew its mere touch was poisonous? No. The only lasting happiness is found in God. Sit quietly and pray deeply, devotedly. Talk to Him. Don't be afraid of Him. There is no other way to know Him than by meditation. You must never miss it. At the end of the day, you are tired and want to lie down and sleep, but instead sit up and meditate intensely. You will see how it changes your life. After deep communion with God, 4 or 5 hours of sleep will be enough. Beyond that, you drug yourself. Use the rest of your time to meditate. I hardly see anyone these days. I want to be only with those who talk with God. The less you engage in idle talk, the better it is. The less you mix with others who just waste your time, the better it is for your spiritual life. Seclusion is the price of greatness. This short season of life will be gone before you realize it. Reap the harvest of divine happiness that nothing can take away. It is not impossible, you have only made yourself think it is impossible. The power of God is within you, so when your mind tells you a thing can't be done, say to that thought, get out. It can be done. And it will be, if you make up your mind. Why waste your time on spurious pleasures? Go to the very source. If you remain in that happiness all the time, you will also be happy in the world. You will see that all disease and suffering are but short-lived nightmares of the body. Every day is a battle, and you must fight. Saints have the greatest battles, but their struggles mean nothing to them after a while because they have found God. Think of the life of Saint Francis. Very few saints suffered as he did, painfully ill and blind, yet he healed the sick, and even after his own death, he raised the dead. Such was the power of his love for God. God is always with us. God is not remote from His creation, He is always with us. You don't see the breeze, but you know it is there. He who made the breeze and us, He is here. Every time I move my hands and feet, I see it is He who is moving them. The whole universe trembles with His presence. There is no other reality. This life is a cosmic motion picture. As soon as God comes, everything becomes light and dances in His light. When you see a motion picture and forget it is entertainment, you react to it as though it were real. But when you see it as a picture, you do not agonize over the portrayal of suffering, violence, and death. It is God's play of light and shadow that has made creation appear as it does to us. When you realize this, you see it as a dream motion picture. But woe unto you if you don't realize this. You will be hurt and feel alone and forsaken. Wake up, know that God is with you, and that when death comes and no one can be there to help you, God and Guru will be there. People who have earthly wealth have nothing without the riches of God. They can take nothing material with them when they die. But those who have cultivated good qualities are the truly rich, because they carry that treasure with them beyond the portals of the grave. Many think they are not suited for the spiritual life, but that is Satan's greatest lie. Satan is ignorance. God tells me that the only path we are fitted for is the path that leads to Him. That is why nothing else satisfies us. So it is false reasoning to say you are not ready for God yet. Every heart is suffering, and everyone who suffers is ready. A square peg does not fit in a round hole. This earth can be compared to the round hole, and your life is the square peg. Someday you will see that the square hole into which you fit is God. You are deluded into thinking that you belong to your family and your country. There is no America, there is no India. For me, all countries are mine because they are God's, and all families are mine because they are God's. I have never allowed anyone or anything to monopolize me. I have said to God, my love I shall give to no one but you. I shall not give it to those who would limit it with selfish attachment, merely because they ask for it, nor shall I give it to any creature or to anything. I will run away from all that would imprison my love and will save it for you alone. By giving my love to God alone, I have given it to all. Don't be discouraged. Turn to God. How could there be any greater promise than what He told me? Every whisper you utter to me, I will answer. I would never have thought that, with all of the organizational responsibilities I have taken on, I could inwardly remain in such joy of God. It is because I never forgot one thing, my meditation. My only desire was to be with God, so I was always asking Him, when are you going to release me from so much work? Now, work or no work, it doesn't matter. By His grace, I am enjoying the greatest inner freedom and bliss. Cut off the tentacles of habits and kill the octopus mind that says it can't be done. Just say, it can, and then do it. Get rid of your bad habits. Change yourself every day. Don't be overwhelmed by all your responsibilities. Life was given that we might find the eternal life. Peace was given that we might find the eternal peace. Desire was given, not to be used for material things but that our need for the infinite be satisfied. If you would but seek Him a little more urgently, you would find Him. Doubt not. Before I came to America, one day I prayed and prayed to God until I felt my brain would burst. I cried to Him, I don't know what awaits me in America, but if anything takes me away from you, I don't want to live. Give me a sign that it will be all right. Suddenly there was a knock at the door. I opened it, and there a saint was standing. He said, God tells me to tell you, follow the behests of your guru and go to America. Fear not, you shall be protected. When he saw that I wanted to go with him, he said, don't try to follow me. I tried but found that my feet would not move. In America the saint's words have come true. I have loved nothing more than God, and because of that allegiance He has remained with me. One night in Boston, during a period of intense activity, I prayed to God that I wanted to run away, lest I lose Him in the midst of all the demands placed on me. But God said to me, keep on with your work, of course, you are doing it for me. When you are busy, you are all the time telling yourself that you are wasting your time if you are not with me. But you are with me. After that, I was in ecstasy for 7 months, everything was going on just the same, but I was in the ecstasy of God. A terrible pain comes when you feel He is gone, far worse than the anguish of a millionaire who suddenly finds he has lost every cent he had. The romance with God is eternal. These are not just sermons that I am giving you, but the truth that will free you. So, I want you to remember, follow the Self-Realization Fellowship, you go to SRF Lessons, for they contain the greatest message of the age. And at night pray continuously in the cave of silence. Never go to sleep without meditating. Sleep you can have any time, but not God. Whenever people leave you alone, in the little gaps of time between duties, sit quietly and pray to Him, reveal thyself. You are here, you can't fool me. You are within me and all around me. I love you alone. He will come to you, in clouds, in light, in faces, in all kinds of ways. God talks to His devotees through intuitive feeling, through friends, through light writing, and through a voice heard within. Last night as I meditated, heaven opened up to me. Everything I see in His light comes true. Then you know He was just hiding from you. The greatest romance you can have is the romance with God. Human love goes away in a little while, but your romance with God is eternal. Not one day must pass without seeing Him. That is why I wrote, through endless incarnations I called out thy name, searching by the streamlets of all my silvery dreams. I always tell Him that He is to blame for sending me out, but at last, I realized that all life's illusions were to make me appreciate Him more, to excite me to seek Him. It was always He, the Father behind all fathers, the Mother behind all mothers, the Lover behind all lovers, that I sought through incarnations. He is the Lover and our souls are the beloved, and when the soul meets the greatest Lover of the universe, then the eternal romance begins. The love that you have been seeking for incarnations through all human loves is at last yours. You will never want anything else. End of talk. This talk, The Eternal Romance, by Paramahansa Yogananda is featured in the book, The Divine Romance. This book is part of a series of anthologies of Paramahansa Yogananda's collected talks and essays. This talk was given in the Self-Realization Fellowship Temple, Hollywood, California, on January 10, 1943. Thank you for tuning in and soaking in all the knowledge and sharing it with others. Namaste.
This is a series of audiobooks and insightful lectures brought to you by Akanksshaa, dedicated to exploring timeless wisdom and spiritual teachings. Each recording is generated with love, honoring my journey and my connection with higher guidance, especially in tribute to my son Arnav, who now guides me from beyond. May these words awaken the divine love within you, bring you peace and inspiration on your own path, and may divine light within shine bright. May whatever merit arises from these readings be for the benefit of all sentient beings. Namaste.